posing alone is just difficult in itself. It's a whole like training workout within itself, and that's something that I feel like it's extremely important because you can do your training, you can do the dieting, you can bring in a really good physique, but can you pose well? Can you hold the position? Can you transition positions? Can you flow fluently with your routines and stuff? It's such a performance with classic physique because every category has their mandatory poses, but with classic physique, we actually have to perform in a way where we look classical. And everyone has their style, their methods of how to pose. Because I've seen different coaches, and they all have something different that they want their athlete or client to do. And I found my own methods, my own style, if you will, um, to bring it together. But definitely, posing is something that from day one has been so crucial. Like I've been improving my posing continuously. I pose every day. I might not post that I pose every day, but I'm posing every day, and it just gets. For some, they say you do it till it gets easier. For me, it sometimes kind of gets harder as I go because I'm slightly improving things, and when I'm improving things, it's holding positions harder. It's holding the flex harder, contracting the muscles harder, controlling your breathing. There's so many different things as I improve that I actually have to work harder in. So for me, it's actually harder the more I improve, but nonetheless, I am improving. So um, I pose every morning when I wake up. I pose when I'm home. Uh, at the gym, I'm always posing, even between sets. And a lot of people before would look at me and like, you know, you see someone pose, you might think something like, oh, like he thinks he's full of himself or whatever the case may be. I pose purposely. It's for a reason. It's because I'm continuously have my mindset is on competing, is on bodybuilding. I don't just hit a pose to look like I have muscles. I hit a pose because I'm supposed to hit these poses on command. Like in my mind, I have to hit them, make it look natural, and just keep going. So that's why I pose, and pretty much that's why every bodybuilder poses in between sets because we're still training, we're still doing our thing. Now, some people don't like it. Some people will say, no, don't do that. Dedicate your time after training for posing and stuff like that. And I get that. And everybody has their own methods. For me, I pose whenever I can, as much as I can, and whenever I can. And the more I work on it, the more it becomes, natural. But definitely posing is such a big crucial thing to um, getting in on prep and getting contests ready and stuff because you have to continuously work on that. And if you don't or don't make it as essential as training, you're not gonna have the best outcome when you're on stage. So I invested in a more upscale posing trunks because I had the ones from MPC, but at some point, it's just like anything else. When you get on stage, you want to have the best presentation. So I got like a nice kind of shiny type of material because I didn't want something plain. I want something that stood out, and this is a little bit, this is like 3 inches on the side, whereas for the MPC one it's like 4 inches or 5 inches. So this shows off a little bit more, and I pose in them almost all the time because when my coach wants to see it, he wants to see exactly what the judges are going to see without me wearing anything else to alter it. So this is my classic physique posing trunks. Now, bodybuilding posing trunks. Now, obviously, this looks a little bit smaller. It's definitely smaller from here. It's smaller from the back because you're actually showing more glutes, more striations, more of everything. And once again, I did this like shiny black kind of material. I think when bodybuilding, you can switch up the color, which is actually kind of cool. I think because it doesn't have to be a solid black. Classic physique is solid black, or it just has to be black. The material, the color wise might be a little bit different, little changes and stuff like that. But as far as like the color, it has to be black. You can't have like red posing trunks. Now, as for men's open bodybuilding, you can have any color you want as long as it's trunks that look like this. But posing is one of the biggest things in competing because you have to look your best. You have to hit these poses. And, if you're not hitting them right, it's something that you always have to go back and work on and improve and things like that. But it's definitely something to have in your arsenal, to have it down. Because if you don't, well, then you're not going to look that presentable on stage. And this whole thing is not just about being aesthetic and looking strong and looking lean, but it's also about hitting these poses and looking classical as you do them. So come this Saturday, we're 6 days out. Yesterday was more of a light day for me. I didn't really get to record anything or, document, but it was a really light leg day, and it was a good mental day for me to kind of just, see how far I've come and how far really I'm willing to go when it comes to shows and preps and things like that. So, today was about posing trunks, why I pose so much and everything like that. So stick around. I will not be posting my routine yet until after the show. I want to fully work on it, kind of keep it tight lit, and then I'll eventually post something up, probably on my IG story or as a reel of my actual routine that I've been practicing. And then when I get the actual footage from the show, well, then I'll do some more with that. So for now, know that posing, if you've ever wanted to do this, posing is something very crucial. It's just as important as training and as eating. So for me, it just coincides. Training, posing, eating, sleep, maybe not so much sleep, but all those three, and repeat again. All right, 6 days out. See y'all later.